go to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Yeah, new Jeep, no doors with it. No, I won't stop now. Who you kidding? Kidding. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma send it. I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Yeah, new Jeep, no doors with it. No, I won't stop now. Who you kidding? Kidding. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma send it. I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. SOS. 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 I got you yelling SOS. Thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip and tag. On the internet, we don't do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you SOS. 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 See you SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS. 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 See you SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it. We get to it, yeah, we do it, yeah, I go up. We influence, yeah, see me moving, yeah, I glow up. Every time I show up, I can flip my switch off. They act like they know us, but they know dog, I'm big dog. Asking if it's still a flex. Say they better go ask Booyah. Never think I'm gon' check. Better pull up like woo. Come to place and I'm the best. I ain't worried about none who y'all. 24, no rest. Stand on business, I'm too tall. SOS, thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip and tag. On the internet, we don't do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you SOS. 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 See you SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS. 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 See you SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it. All in for the jackpot. Every time I want the last shot. Championship ring. Went to starter from a mascot. Went to rollies from a G-Shock. Brand new kettle, no teapot. You should know I don't play. Go sicko mode like I'm T-Scott. Eagle vision from the treetop. Went to image from a green dot. Never had no limit, but I had some Reeboks. Keep it humble, but the fee's not. In the game, no free spots. But I earn what's mine. Nothing less, I'ma shine. SOS, thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip and tag. On the internet, we don't do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you SOS. 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 See you SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS. 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 See you SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Let me make sure all systems go. Everything looks like it is working, and happy Wednesday. Let's get this started, see what we got going on for today. Obviously some big business happened overnight, typically does, with good old Mr. Trump there, announcing some stuff with China. He's basically saying that hey man, I'm not really gonna be that childish and put so harsh tariffs on them. We will come to an agreement. So markets popped up based on that. If we look at traditionals, we're up. Where's my traditionals? There we are. We're up 1.5% in the S&P, 2% in Nasdaq, up 1% in US 30 as well. So yeah, definitely, you can see that bullish pressure gapped up. Actually, it gapped up here. Gapped up about 300 points, so pretty decent gap up on daily open there. So let's have a look at the analysis here. Start off with GJ. We're going to start off with the calendar first. Today is going to be Wednesday. We have a lot of Euro news today, unfortunately. It's all PMI day today. So today is a PMI day. We have French PMI, German PMI, GBP PMI, and then USD PMI later, right? So PMI basically is a very simple statistics. Higher number is better, lower number is worse, and yeah, if you look at anything above 50 means that sector is growing. Anything below 50 means that sector is contracting. So if we just check, for example, German flash PMI, so manufacturing, they're expecting numbers to come out a little bit worse. So they're expecting the manufacturing side to go down, but they're expecting as well the service side to go down. So they're not very hopeful there. I blame Mirko, so this is what's happening on that side. Now, if we look at something like GBP, look how bad their manufacturing side is, right? If we look at manufacturing side on the GBP, I blame, you know who I blame, of course. I won't even say names. No need even to say, everyone know. I blame Joe, of course, for this manufacturing side. And the services actually is growing. Services is growing. So, but they're expecting less than last time, right? So, it's been going down. Not that Joe, the second Joe. Well, we can say all Joes, put it together. Now, in the US, this I will have to blame John here for this. We can see that manufacturing PMI is actually contracting, and we can see services, they're expecting it to come down. So actually all over the board, we're expecting lower numbers. So they're expecting, because of these tariffs, they're putting, obviously manufacturing is going to be slowed down if there's tariffs, because manufacturing may not take place in the future in that country, right? So they're expecting everything. Now, obviously you would expect manufacturing to go up in US with tariffs, but obviously they're expecting a dip down first before the upside. So I think all these forecasts are going to be wrong today. So we have to see what it comes out. But what's important is the time, 11:15, 11:30, 12. Basically, we're cooked on DAX here. Really hard to trade DAX because it's just so close to each other. This is one of those days where you just, it's really hard to trade DAX. But it's not going to affect gold. It slightly would affect GJ, but not as much as GBP PMI. The first release, I'd say the German one is going to be more important. Can have some effect, but it's not going to touch gold. The one that's going to touch gold is a little bit later, and then of course Bailey speaking later on is going to have more of an impact. Bailey doesn't speak till 9:15 p.m. so that's well after the session. Nothing to worry about. So we need to keep an eye on what time the news is so we don't get messed up. But if we start off with GJ, previous daily here, closing bullish here. Now, it's stuck in this daily range here. We're starting to accumulate here. At some point, we can expect a breakout here. Looking at 4-hour time frame, we are still stuck in that consolidation, creating a 4-hour bearish candle here, giving us a mixed bias for today's session. So with mixed bias, I was looking at the 50-minute. It should be pretty straightforward today in terms of that. So at 1-hour time frame, we can see pretty clean above 189 based on a 1-hour time frame. We do have that previous 4-hour resistance that we're lurking on here, which is just about here. So that could be potential issues. If we look at 30-minute, we have a small resistance a little bit higher. 15-minute, we have another resistance, which is here. So there is an option potentially to trade from here to the 4-hour. 10 pips is not much, What I do prefer is above the 4 hour, where we kind of open up for 24, 25 pips, give or take. So for me, that's going to be the plan, buys above there. And simply, today's one of the days where I'll be happy to sell back below this range here as well. Now, the one thing with this range though that I am cautious about is the 1 hour sitting a little bit lower. So that's going to be kind of your break-even spot. But otherwise, it should be all okay there. So okay, let's take the higher one. So a lot of wicks coming through here. Now, to be able to take sells, there is an early sell option below here with perfect closes. We could sell down to here 7 pips. Ranges are small, candles are not too big, so that's fine. If you measure this candle itself, it's only 19 pips, and it's like one of the biggest candles we've had so far. If we're measuring the candles before, something like this is looking like about 14 pips. So 7 pips would be half of TP. So 7 pips is like 50% of TP. So if you're getting a nice close here and you have, you know, 7 pip room to get towards here with a nice close, then I'm not too worried about it. I'll push it that earlier instead of trying to sell the lows and getting rejection at the lows. If not, then yeah, you will be selling here and then we take it from there. So that's going to be the plan on GJ. What I'm looking for now, looking for on gold here, on the other hand, gold is pulled back heavy overnight here. Why? Because of obviously what Trump has said with tariffs, right? Gold was really rallying based off the uncertainty with tariffs, and now that Trump is kind of saying, look, we are going to come to an agreement, there will be an agreement made, we see that profit take place in gold, and you see the Dixie rally and go on a rally that it really has been dumping very aggressively towards the downside here. We even opened on a massive gap down on market open, and we basically retraced that move that we had on market open. If you look at gold, it did the same thing but the opposite way around. This was that market open push up, and then we've retraced back to equilibrium of basically where we opened. So we're back to where we were at the beginning of the week. So basically we've restarted the week. And that's something interesting. Bank holiday Monday, we push that move ends up being a fake move, and we come back. So that's very interesting because we haven't done that any other time, right? Any other time we have not played that type of pattern where we retrace Monday's move. And that's interesting with it being bank holiday, you know, in UK and stuff. So I'm actually quite interested to see, okay, what happens from this? Do we get continuation and a reversal from down here because we're back at open? So we retest the open price of the week, buyers start to come back into the market, we start to leave this area and start to head towards the upside? Or does this dollar strength continue in and we start to, it's not correlated so much with gold, but gold, you know, obviously has more cases towards the upside than it has towards the downside. So if we're looking at bias here, previous daily, first strong bearish daily candle ever since back here. I would say this is the strongest daily candle since back here, really, which was beginning of the month. The rest of these daily candles are not really that strong compared to something like this big rejection wick moving down, sitting at daily support ish here and 4 hour support. So we are reaching targets. It is bearish bias though. I mean, today in this type of scenario, I would also consider a buy just because of how bullish higher time frame is. I won't just condense myself to sells in this type of scenario here. And probably buys are going to be pretty simple back above this range here, you know, keep it clean and simple. 15-minute, it closes above here, beautiful range. What are we working on? We're working on like a, you know, 250 pip range above there. So it's a great range to trade, plenty of room. Now, if we can buy from down here, even better. For the sells to come through, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. 1 hour support there next to the 4 hour support. 30-minute support a little bit lower, so I guess it has to be below here, but that feels like selling too much the lows here, to be honest. So this is where I'd like to see maybe some sort of change of structure and see what we can do with that, because I've seen in this type of scenarios quite often, I've seen where we come down here, liquidity grab, retest one of these zones, and then come back into the range. That's actually a buy there. That's a potential buy. You can actually end up taking that buy pretty cleanly. So that's something I might consider if that ends up playing out, and then we take it from there. And then we see. So plan not too difficult here on gold as well, just about a matter of do we actually get the movement. The worst thing that can happen today on gold is we just get stuck in range and it doesn't do anything. But if it does start to get moving, we do have opposite ranges. I mean, if we really want to continue this dump, then, you know, we have so much room down here that we can capitalize off that. I'm not scared to sell the lows here. It's 160 pip range to this small previous resistance, 90 pip range. So it just needs to really, if it wants to get going, needs to get out the range or needs to have volume in the range so that we can trade that fake out. Now looking at DAX here, DAX for me is really nice the way it moved. Now this is a gap, should be a gap this here. Let me double check. Yeah, that is a gap. So this is a gap from obviously what was said overnight. Most markets did gap up. So all of this is a gap here. So we're going to highlight this as one big box here. See where that gap ends on my broker. Kind of from, what is that, 5 minutes I'm on? The gap ends from, yeah, from this 5 minute support here. So this is the gap all the way till here. So that's a gap on a broker. Typically price likes to come fill the gap. Let's go ahead and see what daily candle, obviously how it closed is bullish here. We did close at daily resistance, so that's pretty interesting. We didn't close above. So it's possible for it to flip, especially if you keep in mind that there's a gap there. So it can flip, come back into this gap, especially with all the news today. 4-hour time frame closed bullish, so it is bullish bias today, which makes it really interesting because with bullish bias and you have this gap lurking below, you know, a clean play would be gap fill buys. Gap fill buys would be very nice. This previous 4 hour, did we close at it or above it? Ooh, just made it above. So that's valid there. 30 minutes. I mean, today looks pretty prime for buys, to be honest. Just only issue is of course the gap. Only issue is the gap. So gap fill buys would make sense. Now, again, it just depends what time this thing gets moving. We have time. All 15-minute resistance everywhere, yes, for the buys, but that's why I'm talking about gap fill buys. Like either we can look to take a counter trend sells, but we can take, once it fills the gap, it will create massive range. You know, this to drop back into this range. Not only can we take sells here, it's 200-point range, man. 200-point range. Like we're so close to the gap that it's definitely possible for it to go ahead and fill it today. But yeah, above is not that clean. Now it all depends on time. We have time to take a trade, guys. It's not that we don't have time today. We do have a bit of time. News is, the first set of news is not till 11:15, so 50 minutes after London Open. So pre-London, definitely possible to get something on DAX. That's why I'm analyzing it. Just a matter of, do we get our ass moving, right? Do we get our ass moving? And I really prefer if we actually come down before going up. But above this 30, there's a buy option. To this next 15, excuse me, to this next 15 here, if you get a clean close, that's pretty much it for the buys. But I really prefer we at least attempt to fill the gap, grab some liquidity, also give me nice range to trade. And that's it for the analysis, guys. That's it for the analysis. Gold is pushing down already, so we might sooner than later get back into the range where we're looking for sells. Let's see what it does at this 4-hour support right now. About to tap it. Does it look any different on any other broker? I would like to see how the 4-hour support. Yeah, it's the same place. So that's all good there. And yeah, let's get it, guys. So hopefully the analysis is clear. Hopefully everything you guys understood. And yeah, let's have a good session here. Make sure you leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. 300 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up. And yeah, let's go. Let's get the likes up to 150. I would appreciate that, so I don't have to ask. So this buy here doesn't really make too much sense for me, this buy just yet. This 1-hour close will actually look extremely interesting if we close above the resistance. No 5-minute structure. Yeah, that looks good, man. If the 1-hour close above resistance and 15-minute closes above here, it looks good, right? Looks good. So yeah, congrats on 90k subs. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I think the last video was supported, so I appreciate that. All the support on the last video. Yesterday was at 6.1k views, and then overnight it actually popped off a little bit, and we are at 10k views. So yeah, very good. So I think that helped get the subs up much better than 3,000 views. So now it's the final push, man. It's the final push to that 100k. 100k. So any support is appreciated. It's free to support the channel. Does not cost you anything. So I do appreciate that. We want to continue stream to grow, to be honest. It's nice to get video views, but we want stream to grow as well. New faces, new questions, new drama. Keeps my my time here interesting. Oh shit, man, I did say that. 100k trip to Dubai, huh? Oh my god. What did I sign myself up to? It's gonna be funny as hell though. Shit, man. Silver plate, we will open it in stream. Yeah, why not? We'll open the silver plate on stream. I always like your jokes. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. I actually said when we hit 100k, I have to fly someone out to Dubai for a couple of days. Man. If I win and I already live in Dubai, then I'm super happy, man. I'm super happy. I save money on flights. I save money on flights. You know, I just pay for the taxi. Yeah, that's it, man. Taxi and we're sorted. Spend a couple of days. That's it. Who it will be? Peter? Peter will be banned from the selection. I don't think I can survive. No, you. I don't think I can survive 1 hour with him, let alone a couple of days. I hope I win. Australia coming to you. Man, if you live in Australia, I'm also cooked. 16-hour flight ain't cheap, probably. I'm sending you in cargo ship, man. Fuck it. Just put in cargo. See you in 1 month, brother. Your problem. Why you promised to do this? Bro, I promised it at like 50k subs. I promised it at 50k subs. Don't worry, in the container we'll give you a mattress. You can shit in a box as well. That box will be airtight, you know. Don't worry, we got you sorted. Good thing you said how you didn't get to Dubai. Yeah. Man, I need to check, like, you know, I don't know if... I need to check how this works legally and stuff like this, you know. Some guy, you know, I need to be careful who the hell I ship over here. Not ship, sorry, fly. Fly Joe over? Yeah, people who I trust, I don't mind. But if some guy I never spoke to in my life before, I'll have to make an interview system though. Like if you win, you have to be interviewed first. Once you're interviewed first, you get to see the agenda, agree with it, sign a paper, and then you come over. That'll actually have to be done like that. It'll actually have to be done like that. Then both parties protected. You know? So if you win, you get interviewed. If you fail the interview, or maybe you don't agree to the stuff, you know? And another thing, how can you fail? Let's say Let's say you're too far. Let's say that your country has to get a visa and you have to go to the embassy to get a visa. That's going to fail you because, you know, that's going to be very complicated. You know what I mean? Like if you can't get visa on arrival, then and you have to go to embassies to get a visa sorted, it's fine. No, Netherlands, you can get visa on arrival. But like stuff like that, I would have to, like you would have to pay for that. That's not really my responsibility to get visa. If you're just if you don't agree to be on camera, if you are not a cool guy, like there's things, you know, if I don't feel like I'm comfortable with you, then that's it, you know, like I'll say, look, I don't think you're going to be fit for this. And I'll just be honest. I'll be honest. What about interest in other genders? Well, that's a... What do you mean intro? Bro, type of question is this, man? Speaking about something serious, look where this guy goes. If that's the case, then yeah, actually you will be deported. It's a different type of return flight. It's called a deportation flight. A little bit more intense. So I can prepare for the interview. Yeah, another thing as well that would fail you is, let's say you get selected but you can't fly for like a month because you're busy, you have whatever, then it's like, okay, you know, we need someone who's going to be available. There'll be a whole process. You live in Dubai, Harry, but where were you born? I was born in Dubai. Oh yeah, and we'll have lifting requirements, bench press minimum 120, squat 150. A bit harsh, man, a bit harsh. Still can pass the bench, but he won't pass the squat. He doesn't train legs. You know? Bench, no problem. He can bench 150. Squat, don't even start. How many days? Oh, probably a long weekend, like 3 days. Three days is enough. I mean, if you want to stay here longer, then that's your choice, right? I don't know why, but I thought you were from England originally. Yes. Let's see what happens here. Bro, you speak like Raja Banks. Such a random thing to say. I think we actually survived without those comments for a while. Apparently the whole internet speaks like him. I speak like Andrew Tate. I speak like Raja Banks. I don't know, man. I speak like myself. But I didn't know I sound Pakistani Canadian. That's actually a first to me that I sound Pakistani Canadian. Speak like ICT. Ah, no, you need good American accent. What are your hangouts like? What do you like to do? Do you go karts? Because I'm down to race some go karts. Race cars, man. Go karts, not cars. Level up. Buy a car. Race cars. That setup too was not valid. Tiaran was not. See this chart you sent me back here. This is a sell you took. What time is this? 15 gold. How do you enter this? Why not this? This is fine. Idea is fine. Everything is fine, but your entry is wrong. Entry should just be here. Stop loss here. So you actually get the same stop loss, believe it or not. It's the same size stop loss, but you have double the confirmation. Double the confirmation, it's actually very clean when you take it like that. So again, just small adjustment. Get back to my chart. When was that? Yeah, this one here. 160 for 170. Yeah, you have 1-to-1. That's pretty big actually. You speak pure English without accent because you grew up in Dubai. That's why they compare you to foreign English speakers. Yes. Also, when I grew up in Dubai, like, I don't know if I have one accent, you know. I think my accent is really multicultural. I wish I could. Maybe in the future, gotta stick to cards. Cards are sick, man. Especially if you can buy yourself a good card. They're good, they're good. I'm not putting you down. I'm just having a laugh. I'm not gonna bother marking up DAX. It is worth it because news not till 11:15. So not till after London Open. So if there's a trade that comes before London Open, it's totally valid. It's as long as we're just not trading at news. AMG E63, what are we doing? We're starting to try guess my car all over again? No, we're not doing that right now. The only tip I'm giving you is the first letter of the company of that car begins with something between A to Z. That's the only tip you're getting. Anything else? Quit. Harry, which gun do you have, bro? I live in Dubai. It's not legal to have that. It is actually if you are part of the police or military. Off dragon lower minimal wear. Yes, that is correct. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. All right, we're coming to our sell zone here. So these sells might come out here. We're actually seeing some heavy volume. 5-minute structure is present. How long till this 15 closes? We still have quite a long time. 12 minutes here. 12 minutes. Let's see how the hour closed. Hour closed above the 1 hour support. Ooh. I don't think this is valid to sell on a 5-minute, especially with the push we're having right now. This is a very big push. 100 pips stop loss on a 5-minute candle. Don't think it's the smartest idea because you'll need a 100 pip push to get a 1-to-1. Hopefully we get a thunderstorm. A thunderstorm right now, that would be super cool. Just a little 1 5-minute candle pullback. Next one, break the low, run the stop loss above there. Use volume to our advantage. Very good. Very, very, very good. You lay in some investments, chaotic times. You were looking at SPS, maybe BTC. Yes, both. Not SPS, NAS. I did NAS. Preferred to S. Even S&P is safer, but I just like more technology driven idea. So I went pretty heavy in that. Little bit, man. Little bit, yeah. I still hold. Quite a lot. What I scaled out of heavy. The most heavy, I was pretty heavy in Ethereum. I scaled that out like 90% of Ethereum. It just doesn't look like, and luckily I did, man, because it doesn't look like the best chart. You know? It just really does not. I'm happy I did. Yeah, okay, it's not back up here when at 4.8s, but I scaled out around, you know, 3.8, 3.5. And then actually I had to get out some of it for 2.7 as well. Unfortunately, some I got out. You don't always get perfect close, but nice to get one close at about 4,000, another close at about 3.7, and then actually I had to get some out at 2.7, unfortunately. But it would have been a lot worse. Would have been a lot worse. Can you do an analysis on GU plan sent to Discord? Yes, of course. Let's just get back to gold because I want to watch that. And let me see your plan. So I want to see your GU plan. All right. Looking for cells below 15 structure, more cells depending on structure. Okay, let's have a look. So previous 4 hour, big rejection. You have this previous 4 hour here. Daily bearish. So yeah, your cells would have to come below here. You have to watch this because what you can get is you can get a little bit of a reversal where price comes here, closes below, and then boom, rejects this and then you get back in drawdown. So as long as you're aware of this spot here, you should be fine. But yeah, plan makes sense, man. Selling in here is going to be a bit tough, right? It's a bit small. I mean, 10 pips is not bad on GU, so there's a potential to sell in the range. But nah, 1 hour is there. Yeah, so yeah, it's fine. Makes total sense. Gold should retrace a bit, then get a sell. Yeah, like a thunderstorm would be great here. This is not really a thunder, this is a retracement. Where are you on recently days? What do you mean? I finally got onto the waiting list after 8 months. Damn, man. Well, I think you'll make it in. If you've been watching stream for 8 months, then you should make it in. I checked yesterday some of the applications. Some of the applications on the wait list. There's about 3. It's pretty good, actually. Pretty good what you guys. I asked for a short, concise reason of why you want to join. And that's exactly what I got. So I'm happy to see that the people who do are actually level-headed. But fortunately, we haven't had any idiots, per se. I mean on live stream? I've been live, man. It was just bank holiday on Friday. Markets were closed, so I didn't stream when markets were closed. And then Monday was GBP bank holiday, not USD bank holiday. And I just don't trade on bank holidays. USD, I was trading NY session on Monday though, but not London. Harry, I cleared the funding account thanks to your streams and the value you share. Amazing, man. Now the goal is to consistently keep that account. You know, that should be the goal. Anyways, while we're waiting here, let's have a quick flick through the plans. I just want to see. Change of structure is also not a bad idea, yes. Becoming choppy, the buys, yep. You want this change of structure as well, it's fine. More buys is also fine. There's actually a 30-minute hour. Yeah, you have that 1 hour there as well, yeah. Ooh, bit tough for sells there in that plan. Yes. Sells would be below there. Yep. Yeah, it's a bit tight, huh? Structure, yes, but here's a bit tight. But it's fine. Bro, remove bot comments from your video. Yeah, they come, man. What to do? It's just full on YouTube, man. You just have to ignore the bot comments. It's just part of YouTube. People try to jeopardize your channel. So I'll tell you 2 things that people have done to try put me off. And I've had people personally attack me. I've had people spam bot me on Instagram. Anytime my content has done well, has normally followed by someone trying to put me back down so I do not grow as fast as I would like to. It's always people with jealousy, envy. They're like, shit, he's getting traction again. I need to find a way to put him down. It happened once live on stream. You guys remember when we got view botted on stream to try ruin the algorithm to affect our stream? That happened live. We saw us getting view botted all of a sudden. 4 minutes for the 15 to close. We'll see if the 15 close, because we have 5-minute structure now. One candle has closed, retested 4-hour support. If you get 15 close with the 5-minute, I feel confident enough to say you can run the 5-minute stop loss. Why? With so much heavy momentum, if it's going to come up all the way to here, I think it won't make sense. I really don't think it would make sense for price to come all the way back to retest its own high. So I would expect momentum to continue down at least to here, 49 pips. Let's see what happens. What is view botted? Basically, someone spams your YouTube live with fake viewers so that it ruins the algorithm, because the algorithm will see that your live has X amount of viewers but no interaction. So it flags that, and when it flags that, it will it will affect, of course, your channel. Won't Euro news affect a little bit in gold? All of the PMIs I've seen has really not affected too much on gold. Not enough to cause your stop loss to be hit or something like that. It can if it comes drastically bad. If it comes drastically bad, it can. But also the time it's coming, I'm not worried. 11:15 is the first news. Now it's not till an hour, man. So this setup I'm looking at in the next maybe 3 minutes, right? 3 minutes I'm looking to take this trade. With an hour of room, it gives me a lot of time. So it actually might close above the 15 here. We'll have to see. I'd like to see the 5-minute close bearish here. Then we can have basically the same setup. So impulsively, I can take it break of low. It's not impulsive because it's just break of 15-minute low. So it's not an impulsive, but instead of waiting for a 5 close below, you're just replicating this exact scenario that happened here. One candle bullish, next one bearish, next one break the low, drive. One candle bullish, next one bearish, break the low, well, hopefully drive at that point. If it's going to retrace like this, get back above 4-hour support, we need to wait. It's not a bad thing. It's just going to create more structure for us to play with. This also might be the start of the fake out, when we can start finding ourselves back inside the range, actually ending up starting buys coming through. So this is why patience is, this is why patience is really important. Hi, what is this painting behind you? After a year of seeing it, I wonder what kind of painting it is. This was actually a local artist. It was bought as a gift from my father, so I keep it behind me. And yeah, for respect of him buying me a gift, I keep it behind. It's actually an abstract painting of New York, but it has all small details. So the more you look at it, the more different shit you find. You find all different type of stuff. So I just keep it because I like the colors. I think it's pretty abstract. And yeah, it's cool, man. It also is very useful because it describes that phenomenon that we have in the market, right? I think a lot of us can see that today gold is in a 15-minute downtrend. But we can understand the big picture. But the small details everyone will view differently. People may view this as a buying opportunity. People may view this as a selling opportunity, this pullback. Some people may view this as a rejection. Some people may view this. There's all the small details that people will feel a little bit different about. And that is kind of exactly what happens with that painting actually behind me. Right? Is that you will all understand the overall picture, but the small details that you see, maybe others don't. But the key point is, in order to understand the picture, everyone just has to understand what is going on. The small details are the parts you can add later. And that's the same thing in the market, is everyone is trying to understand the small details and then they forget about the big picture, right? So the same thing works in the market, is that the small details, they can matter, but your strategy is going to dictate those small details. The big picture is really what you need to be concentrating on, and not lose sight of that, because you understand everything. Why is gold dropping? Because of the tariff news, right? So they said that China will come to an agreement. I mean, US will come to an agreement with China. And basically that's also part of the reason we saw gold push up as uncertainty. So that's positive news. You see money flow back into the dollar, and money leaves gold. And obviously profit taking, if there's a news to cause that, and you see profit taking at the highs here, you know, it's an amazing, it's amazing push, man. To not take profits for big guys would be a little bit silly. I joined your Discord recently and got a lot of DMs from fake accounts of you telling me to buy a course or something. Yep, that's going to be normal because it's a free Discord, so everyone can join. If you actually go into my free Discord here and you actually search the name Tradesharpe, you will find out that, look here, members. If I search here members, Tradesharpe, there is no members with copy account. So they are joined as a random name, right? They are joined with a random name. Could be this guy, could be that guy, could be this guy. And they are sending usernames to these scammers to add you. And that's the problem with the free account. Even though I have the highest, you know, verification, I even make them verify phone numbers, but that's what they're doing. Inside the group, there's no scammers. So the number one thing to do is to type in the group, search the name, or even better, if you're in the group, I mean, if you're getting scammed in this day and age, you're not doing something right. Be smart. My products cost $50. It's really, if they're charging you for a crazy amount, there's only one person in this group with the Tradesharpe role. Literally click on my name. I say here, will not DM first. My bio is will not DM first. Click on my name, press message, and see if I have messaged you, which I won't have, and you'll be able to see that. Why not just kick them out, man? Ban them. Who is it? It might be you. It might be who is it? You don't know, because no one in my group has the name Tradesharpe. They get banned all the time. I actually have a bot that bans them all the time, right? I can show you that bot. Let me show you. So here's my bot that actually bans all of these guys from my group. You can see all of these are banned. Look, conversations with Evan. Then he changed his name to Tradesharpe and we removed him. This guy name was Forex Minions, right? He changed his name to Tradesharpe. We removed him. So this all is automatically done, right? It's all automatically done. Yesterday, no one had joined. So they found out about this. This guy as well tried to scam. So they get automatically removed from the group. But what they're doing is they add themselves with a different username. And then some guy is just sending. The usernames to add. So that's the problem with the free group. That's why I never put the exclusive and the Tradesharpe group together. Your Discord is not requiring phone requests. I just joined and it let me in. I haven't verified this account yet. Let's see. We can have a look. If not, we'll turn it on now. Let's go settings. Five out of 5 enabled. Auto mod 3 out of 5. Damn. DM and spam protection I put maximum and still they have it. These could be potential scammers. These guys inviting. We don't know. We don't know. But then I'll have to ban everyone. Oh yeah, because you, is this you? You've been on Discord for over a year, that's why. You don't need number if you've been on Discord over a year. How's GJ doing? Coming into our selling zone potentially here. This candle closed in 9 minutes. 5-minute structure is not present, unfortunately. So love there to be a little pullback here in the next 9 minutes to give us some 5-minute structure just so we don't pull back. See what 30 minute is saying. Yeah, would be great. Would be a 30-minute close as well. So we do need some sort of structure, would be good. Gold is retracing. So this is why closes are very important. So we'll see what gold wants to do. We'll see how DAX is coping here as well. DAX is starting to range, unfortunately. Just creating a tight range. Probably DAX looks like it's waiting for news. Now to buy gold here, man. If we get this candle closing bearish, retest here and then close above, could be a good buy. Especially with the 50-minute closing bullish. 30 would close bullish as well. Yeah, that would make sense. Remember, that would be counter bias. So I need more confirmations because this would be counter bias. Yeah, it would be. Otherwise, this could just be the retracement. And we can get a sell back down. They even don't try to sell anything. They just chit chatter. I don't know what they're after. They do. They eventually sell something. They ask you to deposit into a broker. They ask you to... all stupid stuff that I'm not affiliated with. It's so stupid. And I mean, the website has nothing to do with me. You see random name. There was a good scammer. He actually built a website similar to mine. And then he started scamming using that website, asking people to join the exclusive group. But then it's stupid because I don't really DM people asking them to join the group. You know, so it's just a little bit silly. Especially when... the links are everywhere, right? The link is in the Discord. The link is in, you know, my website is tradesharpe.com. That's it. It's the official link, right? Tradesharpe.com. So if you're getting scammed in this day and age, especially, I've got some message of people saying they've been scammed $150, $200. And I always send back and tell them, listen, it's extremely unfortunate, but you need to be a little bit more aware. And I always tell them, like, use some common sense. If you buy every single product I have, meaning you buy Pip Labs and the Tradesharpe exclusive, you're not going to spend even $100. Like, that's how much value. So why are you giving some guy $150 if you buy all of my public products? Like, literally, go now, buy the group. Like, why wouldn't he buy the group? Why wouldn't he buy Pip Labs, but give a scammer $150? You know, for me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, makes no sense. Makes no sense to me. So they don't want to pay. That sometimes makes me believe that I'm probably too cheap. If they're okay paying $150 to a scammer, but $50 they don't want to pay for themselves. It just, anyways, these people I don't know. I don't think you can be a profitable trader if you have that type of easy mindset, man. It's a lot more serious. Beware of that daily support slightly above on gold. Let's have a look. Yeah, but check on other brokers. It looks a little bit different. I don't know what price. That's 26. This one is showing what price? 26. Oh yeah, it's the same. Good, good, good. You must understand that it's not everyone that's ready to put in the work. There are a lot of looking for an easy way out. But literally, that guy is like a clear scam. He's saying join my group, and it's a fake group. So why wouldn't that person join the real group? That's my point. Like, what are these people like? Obviously, these people found me from following my channel. So they should know what I'm promoting. I mean, that's another problem, is that I don't promote this enough. I'm not in every video. By the way, guys, join my exclusive group. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. So I guess maybe they just think that, you know, I don't have it. Anyways, it's pretty clear. If you're getting scammed in 2025 by someone texting you and you can see how they're texting and you don't check their username, then I guess you'd kind of deserve to learn that lesson. Unfortunately. I always troll them and they block me. Yeah, that's the best, man. Spend time trolling them. They deserve it. They're all lifeless anyways and have no value in their life. Imagine they have one life in this world and they spend this life scamming others because they're not a man enough or they don't have the balls to get better themselves. Like, what a pussy, man. Like, really. That's it? That's all you have to show for yourself? Your kids are going to be very proud of you. Yeah, you know, my job is to impersonate a guy on the internet who is actually doing something with his life. I act like him in order to scam people who are gullible. And those people who are getting scammed, by the way, are probably the people who are not in the best positions themselves. That's why they fell for the scam. Harry, how many businesses do you have? Please tell us about them. Oh, does trading count as a business? I'm going to count trading as one of the businesses. For me, it is a business. I treat it like a business, even though it's not a traditional company. I don't need staff or anything. So trading is one of them. I'm more of an investor, man. So that's kind of like my income sources. So trading and investing, we can put that as one, but that would be two because I don't only trade on a day-to-day basis. You know, I have other stuff, crypto. One sec. Fuck's sake, man. Just as I talk about this, we get this guy. Bro, my account liquidated yesterday in gold. I held trade, but when I checked my account, it was 0. Can you please help me? This is my USDT TRC20 address. Okay, we're going to send him $1. $1 to this address. Can we send $1? Let me check. We're going to send him $1 to this address. $1. Oh, I can't even send $1, bro. Shit, man. So that's one thing. The second thing is like, so trading, investing is one, crypto. The second thing is, well, this is more an outgoing at the moment, but it will become an income source. It will be property. And then the third thing is I have some collaborations in businesses, meaning that I do not own that business, but I work with them. We do things with clients and then I get paid for that. So that's not like a steady income. That's more if there's a client and we hook something up, I get compensated for that. So that's like, you can count that as a bonus. And then of course, Tradesharpe Exclusive is a business. And of course, Pip Labs is a business. So we're talking about over 5 income streams. Oh, and if you can count $3 from YouTube every stream. So about $100, but I don't count that as you. Cost me more. Cost me more. And what else do I do? That's it. That's it. We are counting those? No, because it's net loss because of how much it cost me to make a video. To make this video costs almost $200. YouTube will pay me in this video about $15. So business doesn't imply you make money too. I guess content creation is a business then. So you can consider it as that. Harry, how many Arab friends you have? Oh man, more than I could count. 200 for a single video? Yeah. Instagram pulls any income? No. Can you monetize Instagram? I didn't know that. Of course it doesn't. You can? No, you can't, man. How can you monetize Instagram? You can't. TikTok you can, yeah. TikTok you can, but not Instagram, man. Next 15-minute close on GJ Follow has 5-minute structure? Yes. Correct. Now that we have that structure, I mean, it's not the best, but it's enough. You can earn only money through partnerships? Yeah, that's what I thought. IG makes a lot of money? Yeah, from partnerships and from promotions. But look at me, guys. I've never promoted anything except my own. Nothing. I've never partnered. I've never promoted a brand. I've never done anything except something myself because I'm very strict on that stuff. I've had brokers offer me. $400 per sign up. $400 per one sign up. I could have milked a lot of money off that, man. Lot of money. You can be easy affiliate to FTMO. No, they don't affiliate like that. Would you have a partner? I need a very specific case, man. I need to be somewhat involved in their business because I need to have some control. Listen, I could easily tell you guys, you see these influencers all the time, they have a freaking new broker. New broker every day. And this might be some shady broker. They're going to pay me a lot of money, but I don't know what happens to them in the next 1 year. I don't know how they treat you. I don't know anything. And I have no control. All of you can get screwed. I'm the one to be blamed. My image is going to go down. And I'm the only one leaving with my pockets full. For me, it's not the way I conduct business. Yes, it's always nice to make extra source of income, for sure. But at what sacrifice? Right? It's like, I don't need that type of money. It's not, and I can make that elsewhere because my value is higher. It might take longer, yes, but I don't need to worry about that. You know? Like, I'm probably one of the only guys on the internet who has created a product that directly helps you without me needing to help you. A lot of people sell their courses, sell themselves, sell their value. For me, I create a product, Pip Labs. This doesn't involve me needing to help you. You go and discover your own strategy on there. You go test your own strategies. Only guys. Yeah, I have to see. But no, I don't get paid from Insta. Are you waiting on a setup? Of course. I'm not just here doing nothing for no reason. Let's see the poll results from yesterday. Yesterday I put a poll checking how many people have tried Pip Labs and not. I would love to see how many people. Let's see. See the results. 61% have not tried Pip Labs. That's insane. That's crazy. Should post that. There was a poll. Yeah, I put a poll on my Instagram. I asked how many people have not tried Pip Labs. 61% of people have not tried Pip Labs. I never tried it. It came out late, but it's free. So for me, it doesn't make sense why you haven't tried it when you can try it for free. So this doesn't make sense. Like, at least prove yourself on the free and then purchase it if you're going to use it. Like, that's the whole point. It's the cheapest and one of the best on there. We really work very hard on a daily basis. And, you know, give us feedback. Tell us, hey, man, I like this. I don't like this. That's what we need. We need that. It's not that we don't want to hear. We want to hear you guys yap because it will just make it better. Now, do realize that you have your own software. Everything might not be our fault. If you have some potato internet connection, if you have some PC from 1945, yeah, it's not going to run the way you want it to run. It's a heavy software. But go try. It says try for free. It's very simple. You just click this and you get access to the whole simulator, man. You can try 3 pairs, 4 pairs, man. We give 4 pairs. You know? Go enjoy it. Go enjoy it. I literally tried to change one setting on free and it said I had to use my, it said I'd used all my free time and it was time to subscribe. No, you read it wrong. It said your free time is finished for that specific setting you tried to change. So just press the X and you continue using the free features. So all you have to do is just press the X. There's a little X. You can press the X and you can continue using it. Whatever feature you tried to change, you have to pay to be able to change that. Because we don't want people just coming on here and you know, expecting it to have all the features. Obviously, it's a demo version. But I would like you guys to at least practice on your demo version. Like, let me see if I can trigger an event here. Let's see if I can trigger us to where it says you've done something for free. I mean, really, you can do majority of everything here, but let's take like 6 trades. Let's take this trade, boom. See this one here, subscription required to save. Obviously, you're not gonna save your simulation. Let's take another trade. Let's close that out. Let's take another trade. We do have a limit of trades. Let's close that out. Let's take another trade. Let's close that out. Take another trade. Okay, you get so many trades you can take. Holy shit. So really, you can do as much as you want. Volume indicator. Yeah, we do have volume indicator here. These are all the indicators you have. We have volume, fixed profile range. From here to here, let's see if it's working. Yeah, it works. You can see volume indicator is there. So we even allow you to use that for free. Bro, just do a whole session for backtesting using PipLabs. I already have it. This would be a better... Yeah, I have it here, guys. I've done this, guys. You just need to check the channel. Here's a good one. This one's a 26-minute one. Go ahead and check it out. I'm going to post it in chat. You can watch my strategy as well. That's the one. It's more when you go to the 4-hour and daily time frame, it pops the subscription message. Ah, yeah, that's because of the data loading. So it's not rewinding all of the information because we have a cap. But you just have to press the X because it's stopping you from scrolling back. You see? But all you have to do is press the X. It's just, see this point here? You can only scroll back to 23. On the full simulator, you can scroll back to 2019. You know? On 2019, you can scroll back. But like I said, all you have to do is press the X. Because all you have to do is just say, okay, press X. All it's telling you is that you can only see as far back as 2023. Okay? That's as far back as. But when you purchase the full simulator, when you go to the 4-hour, you can scroll back to 2019. You know, 2019, 2020, you can scroll back. But all you have to do is press the X. How old is PipLabs? Wow, you guys will need to help me with this. Who's the OGs who remember? Do we have any screenshots of PipLabs V1? You remember PipLabs V1 when we had it? You have screenshot of that? Please send it, please. Even video. Damn, bro. We built it from scratch at that time. It was completely different. We have to find the date. We have to find the date. Let's see if we can get gold closing below here for sells. And GJ closing below also for sells. So we have a 15-minute support so far. If we're going to take buys, we need to close back inside this range here. Let's see how DAX is doing. Maybe we can sneak a little trade in before. Nah, DAX is switched off before news here. So we're focusing on gold and GJ today. Maybe GJ will be a pair we fire a bullet on. If it can get moving. I mean, there is volume here. If I compare it to FX Replay, I didn't like the next session interface in PipLabs. What do you mean by next session interface? Give me more detail on next session interface. You see the difference between FX Replay? They don't have ticks. We have ticks. Right? If you're talking about next session interface, this one here, remember you can click the clock. You can click the clock to change to the next session like that. That's you don't have to skip candle by candle. (23rd of November 2023). Damn, PipLabs beta. Wow, that's a while. So what are we? Two years plus now, huh? 2 years plus. I mean, PipLabs beta was before we even had a website. Remember, it was first just made in that. How can you switch dark mode from the light mode? It's a little icon here. You see that sun? Press it. Oh, flashbang, bro. Why you make me flashbang, bro? Why you make me flashbang? So just here, you'll see it there. You should use it more often on videos. You get it more exposed. I do use it most of the time on videos. I just use it when it's needed though. As a new trader on PipLabs, what type of success would you aim? I would test at least 50 trades. If you're not profitable at that 50 trades, then it's not going to work. You know? It's not going to work. So you need to make sure if you're not profitable in backtesting, it's impossible to be profitable in live market. That's why also in PipLabs we introduced prop firm simulator. We're the first one with a prop firm simulator. So you can actually practice passing a prop firm challenge and prove to yourself, because if you can't pass a challenge on a backtesting software, you're not going to pass it in real life, unless you pass it with luck, of course. But I hope we're not at that stage where we're trying to pass with luck. I want you guys to build a consistent skill that will pay over time. That's where you really make the money. Let's see gold here. Gold close coming in 21 seconds, but we're above the 15. We do have a wick fill here. I mean, it could work this. It's just a little bit scary because it's still above this 15 here, but we can look to fill the wick. We have room. Let's see how this closes. It's looking like it's getting deep now as I'm talking about it. Can you believe last 1 second you're here? What? And now gap open down? What? No. That's not fair, man. This V1 I went on webinar, man, I have to download it. Send it in Discord. Send it in Discord. Oh, he found. Yeah, this was version 1. Sheesh. Yeah, man. What a picture. What a picture. With all the gaps and the... Damn, man. Broker is good. Doesn't matter. We're at 15-minute support. It's where we're rejecting. Thanks, Sil. Thanks. Marketing paper, I think TikTok will be the way. Yeah, of course. But, TikTok is good. Just need to get the algorithm to it. I have some good ideas that I'm planning already. You're buying the DAX. Be careful with news in a minute. Not in a minute, but in like 30 minutes. I don't see a setup yet for buys myself. But you follow your plan. I respect that. So we're sitting at 15-minute support. Pretty hard to sell right at 15-minute support and very close to a 5-minute support. How big it stops here? 100 pips. Big boy ranges today. Look at how perfectly we're rejecting that resistance there. Yeah, I prefer something closing below if I'm being honest. I think we'll have a lot better opportunities. Shall see, shall see. Appreciate everyone showing up to the stream. Let's continue this week strong here. See what we can get on gold. If you haven't already, leave a subscribe to the channel. You know the drill here. We hit 90k, so I appreciate that. On the road to the next stage. Let's see if we can continue this short win streak we have going here. We'll see. Hopefully I don't jinx it. But that's okay. If whatever happens, happens. Part of the game. Long-term consistency is what matters. And yeah. If you haven't left a subscribe on the channel, you are, not gonna say it, you'll have to find out yourself. Harry, WAP content 404 not found. Oh, I have to check with someone else if they have it. Check this pullback from that zone there. Heavy pullback. That's why I really didn't want to sell at that zone. You can see the reaction we have. You can see the reaction we have. So we need some more confirmation. What is GJ doing? GJ is trying to reverse from these lows. Buys will only make sense above 88.8. You can see us another reaction from that point. So zones are holding very well. You're going to ban me if I say a G word? No. There's a reversal in GJ? Maybe, maybe not. We need confirmations. Confirmation would be a 15 closing above here. 30 did successfully close bearish. Just gonna go to the toilet, guys. I'll be back in a second. All right. You know, one thing I am considering is this flips and re-breaks its own low. It's not crazy to sell because one thing I am thinking to myself is that we have wicked through this zone, no problem. We then rejected it and made a top wick. This top wick is now rejecting. If we wanted to get below, why Why would we have to re-break its own low? Surely it would just start rejecting and finish its rejection. So potentially putting a stop loss above that can make sense here. Question is going to happen right now and I need to make a decision damn fast. So let's see if it can pop up a little bit and then re-break its low. So we get like a 1 minute thing because there's no 1 minute structure here. So this can easily just start to pop up a bit. Because I also have to think about stop loss placement. It's still 100 pip stop loss. So I'm not going to rush into this, but I actually wanted to see 1 minute structure actually. It's not even giving 1 minute structure. That's a shame, but the idea was there. I just didn't execute on time actually. I wanted just a little bit more time. So I failed on that. Absolute failure. So that's a shame. But again, stop loss in that sense would be 100 pips-ish. How much? 90, 100 pips you can say with spreads. But it's already pushed 50, 60, 70 pips already. Wow. Damn. I wish... actually, I shouldn't have gone to the bathroom if I was... Because I was in the bathroom thinking about that. I'm like, if that happens, that would make sense. So then I quickly came back and I was talking about it. That's a shame. A little bit annoyed at that. Damn. SL too big though? SL doesn't matter with the range we have these days, guys. We have such big range, you can't be scared of those big SLs. If we didn't have range, yes. But we have range here, like 100 pip SL. But the first target here is 90 pips. Second target is 160 pips in terms of range. Right, in terms of range, we had 160 here. So there is room. I actually let that get away, man. That's pretty pissing off. It's a big shame that. 5 minute no top wick. There is. Would you run the full 90 SL, not the previous 5? Well, previous 5 is close bullish. So this could easily come here, flip up, break the high, retest key level-ish, and then start to reverse again. It happens quite a lot that, because this really retested nothing major. It retested something, but retested nothing major. On an aggressive, yes, I could have done it aggressively if this candle was close to the close. Like, let's say it was breaking it 1 minute before. If it was breaking it 1 minute before, yeah, then you can run this because you expect it to close bearish. If it doesn't close bearish anyways in 1 minute, you know you're cooked anyways. So I'd rather be out of that trade. Just hit 1-to-1, exactly, that's my point. It was a clean trade. It was very easy trade that. So nice to see that thought process make sense, right? How that thought process. So even though it's at support, we crossed through with a wick. We went up. There's no point of it re-breaking its own low if it wants to continue up. Why does it have to come back down and re-break its own low if it just wants to continue up? It makes no sense. Right? So that was a very clean trade, that one. Made total sense once you break it down like that. 130 point push, 130 pip point push, very good in that. 1 minute didn't look the best. I see someone saying 1 minute looked good. It didn't look the best. It didn't look the best. That's why you need that bigger stop loss there. You need that bigger stop loss because this is just like a, this could have easily reversed, retest, done some of this bullshit here, you know? And this bullshit here can catch you out sometimes. You know? My broker didn't have 5 minute top wick. Let me see. I mean, that would also affect it, yes. Which is also would be another reason you need the bigger SL. You can't run the smaller SL, you need the bigger SL. But like I said, look at the range we have. I had a top wick on broker, yeah. Look at the range. Easy, 100 plus points. Right? That's what I mean. So you can't be worried about the, there not being enough range. There's definitely enough range. So basically anticipation of the 15 to close below for S1. No, 15 did close below its own structure, but closed at this structure here. But that structure had been crossed through with a wick. So, but we got the reaction from there, right? The reaction went. And yeah, anyways, missed that today. That's it. done already. That's how quick sometimes markets can be, and there's nothing you can do about it. Unless you entered. If you did, congrats. Amazing trade. It was actually very nice. Already still giving us some juice here. It's pushed now about almost 200 pips, so biggest move of the day for sure. I entered and quick out. Well, hopefully you took at least a 1-to-1. There was no reason to get out before that. Price was just melting. You had so much room. So much room. So yeah, that's basically gold done for the day. So thank you, gold. So only choice we have left is GJ, but GJ is not doing anything. GJ is of course the only pair that will probably not do anything. It's been at the same place for the past hour. Ranging. GJ is a mess. Even these buys I don't even like. Look at this shit here. 1 hour will close bearish. We have this structure right here. We have this resistance right here. We have this resistance right here. We have the next resistance right here. Only 50-minute only looks good, right? But that's why you can't just trust one time frame. You need to use all time frames. Sorry, to miss almost the entire stream. Little boy had to go doctor anyways. I wouldn't likely sell gold there anyways. We did make a reason as to why to sell gold, and it made sense to sell gold there. Will gold reach? I think gold has done its push for the session here. Asking for anything more on gold right now is a little bit greedy. They tapped the support basically perfectly. Really, my target was this here, not the support all the way down here. That flip was a move worth of 200 pips. So asking for more, not probably the best idea. DAX is ranging for news here. What about DAX? Ranging for news. News in about 15 minutes on DAX, so it looks like it's just waiting for news. How big if we were to force this buy here? Yes, it is a risky buy. 19 pips for 18. Just a 1-to-1. Could break even at this previous 30-minute here. Break even at the previous 1 hour. But it has to close above. 33 seconds. Not looking likely if I'm being honest with 33 seconds. There's a big gap on DAX? Yeah, there is. Tradingview not loading. A lot of people are saying Tradingview not loading. Luckily mine is loading, so you can watch my screen. Yeah, a lot of people it's not loading, but luckily mine is still loading, guys. Mine is still loading, so we can relax. Change time frame? No, why should I change time frame if it's gonna bug my trading view? At least we have something working right now. So 1 hour close bearish here. Oh, I changed time frame, but it still works. 1 hour close bearish here on on GJ. So still, you know, bearish pressure coming through. 30-minute did close bullish here. If the 15 does close below, it's still valid for sells. If a 15 closes above, then you know it might close. We'll have to see. So we have to wait 13 minutes anyways. Gold, amazing push here already. That's kind of it telling you, okay, game over. It could fill the wick here, but you know, now you're pushing limits. That was the trade up here. We actually spoke about it perfectly. So I hope you guys learned something from that. That's what's important. A little bit faster would have been able to do it myself. But, you know, you just don't want to generally rush into things. But this was really good. Hi, do you go live on Zoom for the NY and the exclusive group? On Wednesdays, yes. Otherwise, we have the NY live chat. And my plans are sent with video analysis. Everyone's trading view is going berserk. My trading view is relaxed. Man, look how low volume London Open was on DAX. Really waiting for news here, DAX. I wonder if we can sneak in a trade between news. We'll keep an eye on that. There's some tricks we can play. Some tricks we can play. Change time frame and joins the gang. I'm not scared to change time frame. Look, 30-minute working, 1 hour working, 30-minute, 15. Come on. TradingView has a good deal with me, man. We use them for pip labs. They're like, this is Tradesharpe's account. We need to keep it running, man. We need to keep it running. Everyone else cooked. Tradesharpe account, we keep it running. Nine minutes. 9 minutes. Oh, remember what I told you about, guys, when I told you about those 3 wicks? This would be the one. This would be the one. What if that concept is returning? What if that concept is making a return? What is that concept? Secret. I'll tell you after stream. Damn, bird is going crazy. Can you relax, brother? Damn, that bird was loud. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Get full shouting. Where I live, we have something called flame trees. Whole trees, when summer's about to get as hot as possible, the trees go red. That's how you know when the trees go red, you know it's time to get fucked by the weather. That's all what you learn, you know. So gold back up already. Yeah, it's at 310s, man. 100 pip pullback. Wow, retrace the whole move. No bottom wick. Has bottom wick on broker or what? No bottom wick on broker. Man, I'm tempted to sell that. But it retested 1 hour support. That's what I hate. Actually, it's a little bit away from it. Let's see how this 5-minute candle closes. 2 minutes. Could try something sneaky, a little bit risky. We either get cooked or we win. Because no bottom wick, man. Retested here. If this 5 closes bearish and next one can make a top wick, I could take a sell here to at least flip the candle. More aggressive, but the idea is to flip the candle. I need to double check if it tapped the 1 hour on my broker. Okay, that is a problem. It did tap the 1 hour on my broker. It does make it riskier, but it's still, it is one factor that can cause our trade to fail out of the rest of the factors that there's a potential to win. So we could still try. Could still give it a shot. Keeps grabbing liquidity. Yeah, that's what keeps me confident, is we are heading down. But I really would like to see this 5 close bearish. I cannot enter on a bullish 5. It just would not make sense to me. Especially that we tapped 1 hour. So hopefully we can see some good business. One minute, we'll see if it closes bearish here. SL would be just above the 5. But we need a solid close here. We can't have a shitty close. The deeper the close, the better right now. Man, this is a tough close, man. Look at this close. It's even making it harder. No, man. That's doji. That's full doji, man. We need a bearish close. Look at the 1 minute. I was looking this 1 minute is really not confidence. Yes, you can get a quick liquidity grab, but there's no break of structure. No. I can't trust that, unfortunately. I really can't. As much as I'd love to, I can't. Yeah. That would just cook me a bit too much. 5 minutes. We have to survive 5 minutes. I have a bullish doji on broker. Let's see my broker. Yeah, mine is full bullish, not even bullish doji. It's like almost, it's more bullish than bearish. So yeah, it would break my rules actually to take that. And that's one thing I unfortunately cannot do. It could flip and make a wick fill. Yes, but that's the whole point. We want to take it with the 5. I mean, if you just want to take it here like that, you can't run the 5 stop. You need to put probably stops above the previous 5-minute structure up here. 98 pip stops. You have around, you can get to break even before that, but you'll need it to make a new low. You'll need it to make a new low. Let's hope it chills here for 3 minutes, gold. 3 minutes. Give me entry. Still raging. What's your reason? It's creating resistance. The main reason is 1 hour no bottom wick, 30-minute no bottom wick, 15-minute no bottom wick. 15-minute will close bullish though, so I will be selling a bullish 15-minute candle, which makes it a little bit tougher, but I'll have to rely on the higher time frame not having bottom wick, and then rely on this resistance being created to continue down bearish, and at least attempt to make a bottom wick, if not just push us in a little bit of profit. It's a riskier trade. You have to accept that. It is a riskier trade no matter. As much as it makes sense, there is risk because target has been met. So as long as I accept that, it's fine, but I think it is an option. You know what I mean? I have 3 wins back to back, so I can take this option. It's not like I'm taking something completely random. You know, there is probabilities. So there's a big difference when it's like that. You're going full risk? I was actually just thinking about that right now. Probably reduce myself by 0.25, but I don't see, it's not the worst to not, like you don't have to not go full risk on it. It's just a riskier trade. Now my question is, where do I want to put stops? Just above the 5? Is that safe? I mean, we have great risk to reward on here. Let's see how 1 minute looks. 1 minute has lower high. Yeah, probably just above the 5 can work. Let's see, last 43 seconds needs to chill out. Oh, don't do this last 43, man. We've been waiting so patiently, man. Don't last 43 seconds just fly down. That's too painful. Top wick and go? Yes, basically that would be it. Top wick and go. Alright, candle close here. Let's see if we can get a top wick. There's a top wick. Once it breaks low, I'm gonna take it. Alright, broke low. I'm in on my broker. Broke it on my broker. So yeah, that's the trade. Nice. I do want to be slightly aggressive with this. No reason to lose this. Do not like that rejection. I expect it to drive here. If it re-breaks its own high, I'm actually going to close break even because I don't like it hanging around here, especially with this type of trade. All right, guys? So that's basically going to be my break even. So far, it looks okay, though. Hopefully, we can continue the push. $5 minute, 1 minute high. It's basically exactly where my entry is. Maybe minus 0.0 something pips. Especially if we break this low, I really feel confident that I should be break even anyways. I feel like though one pullback, yeah, but check the trade, man. Check what type of trade we're taking. This is where you get confident with the pullback. It pull back and reverse. You know, now that we broke in this low, you can be confident, but this is a 5-minute trade. This is a 5-minute trade. Keep this on in mind here. You know, 15 is bullish. We're about to make that bottom wick. Like right now, I feel confident being break even, you know, especially after this push breaking the low. For me, it makes sense. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully we can continue. It would be ideal to make 1 minute structure not this deep, man. I really hope that this can chill. Hopefully this can chill. Let's see. All right, that actually tapped me with spread, unfortunately. So I know it hasn't tapped break even here on my screen, but that tapped me, unfortunately. That tapped me, unfortunately. So if it goes, it goes. But I'm personally out break even at that. It was a good shot, I feel. It was a good shot, I feel. I'm not playing the risk to allow it to reverse on me here. Yes, it can still continue down, but I know the risk of this trade. I know how this type of trades work. And I really do not want to be the guy who takes a loss like this. You know? We don't even have 1 minute structure. So it can come back up here, make 1 minute structure. Oops, I didn't want that box. It can come back up, make 1 minute structure, but I'm not interested in holding that. This can happen. Why? Remember, guys, target is met. I think a lot of people will forget about this point, that target is met. This drastic. If target was not met here, I'm holding this. I'm holding this. Why am I holding this? Because my target wasn't met. But I'm already breaking half of my rules. Okay, today I did break a rule where if the best move of the session happens, I shouldn't be entering a trade. So the fact that I'm doing that, aggressive management here is going to be good. But spread tech me out. Technically, it didn't hit entry yet. If you look at this, it didn't hit entry. But I'm just being honest with what happened with my entry. And it you know, it tapped me out. But technically, it hasn't tapped entry. But that's totally fine. You know, technically, it's still valid. Why do you say target met? Go check on your broker. You'll see it better on your broker. This broker doesn't show it. But if you look here, this 1 hour support was met. That's your target. So once target is met, it means that, okay, that's it. We reached the support. We can't really ask for more on price. So I'm interested to see how this ends up playing out. I mean, it makes sense for it to make a bottom wick here. I really wish that target wasn't met. If target wasn't met, I hold this, man. I hold this, but watch. If this reverses, that's the reason why. That's the probability. That one small factor is going to cause it. I mean, look at this. It's now starting to build liquidity for a move here. it's starting to build liquidity for a move. So I think it was a great shot. We saw a total of 29 pips here from entry. So if you want to be the YouTube guru and you want to say, bro, 29 pips of profit today, guys, congrats, we got 25 pips of profit, best traders in the world, stop loss was only 30 pips. Actually, stop loss ended up being a little bit bigger, right? 40 pips stop loss, only 40 pips stop loss, guys. We saw 29 pips, it's a win. You know, and then I can put my win rate higher, but P&L is not higher. So that's what you have to be careful about. Let's see here. This was on gold. This was actually a 5-minute trade. Unfortunately, out break even. Maybe fortunately, but nevertheless, I am happy with the opportunity. This was actually a setup 2 on 5-minute, and this was taken at, got triggered here at 11:15. Actually, the news candle, we got triggered on the news candle, and it didn't affect gold, which is what we were discussing this morning, that it should not affect gold. All right. Let's see what happened to DAX with the news. Wow, absolute ranging. Absolutely ranging. Just cooked. Let's see. I'm feeling, the more I told you, this is grabbing liquidity for something. Like if I was still in this trade, how comfortable are you guys with this drawdown if you were still in the trade, right? How comfortable are you with this drawdown if you were still in the trade? That's the big question. Because personally, I wouldn't be. I'll be saying, nah, man, this looks sketchy. This looks sketchy. If it runs, just be like the other cells past 18 hours I didn't take. Very comfortable. Looks like it's loading up for another push down. I don't think so, man. I don't think. I think my decision here is good. A lot of break-evens this month. We've taken 2 break-evens, brother. I don't think that's a lot. That's not a lot in my books. Out of all of these trades, there's only been 2 break-evens. So in my opinion, that is not a lot. But it's okay. If you prefer to hold drawdown here, guys, hold drawdown. But your probabilities are now getting less and less in this trade. That's why I'm out break even. It can still work, but I have to trade based on probabilities, not guessing movement. The trade of the day happened. This is the one we talked about. That's the one you should have been part of. And I know that as a fact. I gave it a shot because I knew that there was an opportunity. I will take opportunity if I see it. I have that experience. But realistically, talking back to basic rules, we should not be taking the second position after the first position has already played out. Right? We talked about this flip here. You have to accept that that was the move. Anything now, we needed that to push. It could have given us a 1-to-1, and then we would have been fine. But the fact we're able to do proper analysis, analyze properly, and get into a profitable position is way, you know, way stronger. How about another close bid on 5? Just pushing it, man. The trade that should have been taken was the one on the flip here. Flip and re-break of the low is the trade for today, guys. That is very clear. And if you weren't fast enough like myself to get in, that's it. You just accept that. What does that change for you? Nothing. Still the same person. Still have the same balance. Break even because not confident. Yeah, we're not pushing down. 1 minute started rejecting. Doesn't make sense. That's why I went break even. If in these type of moves, if there's volume still in the market, I expect a straight dump down. You know, now it's probabilities change. Remember, target has been met. We hit the 1 hour support, 15-minute close bullish, now 5-minute close bullish. We have a higher low now. You are changing probabilities. Now you're more than halfway towards your stop loss, thinking to yourself, hey, maybe this guy behind the screen was a little bit right. That break even would make more sense. Now you're getting closer to stop loss and you're thinking, hey, his management was maybe correct here. Maybe he does know that the probabilities did adjust. And that's all because of this one wick here of where this wick reached. And that's the problem, is people don't make that decision. You don't have the power in you to make that decision to go break even in a position. And then you take a loss today, and then you ask me for feedback about this loss. And I said, why are you taking an aggressive trade and not aggressively managing? Oh, because I really trusted that this move can play out. I really thought that blah, blah, blah. Thought. No, you have to trade what probabilities. Look what the chart told me. I literally didn't do anything out of my own emotion. I did it out of what the chart told me. Target was met. We were not going down. I gave it a chance. It stayed at our entry for quite a while. Then it pushed through. It broke the low again. Has no reason to reverse. It's done its business. It broke the low. Yeah, it can create small structure here, but it's too much bullish pressure. You know? Now you're trying to... Look, you're holding like 35, 34 pips of drawdown, 30 pips of drawdown, and you're begging for a resistance to come here. But I don't want to be the guy who's begging for a resistance right now. You can still work out, but it's going to work out on thin margins. I don't like to trade on thin margins. You know? For me, I don't like to trade on thin margins. I like to trade on big margins, where I have power in my trade. I want to have leverage in the market where I feel confident in every move. And when I lose the trade, I'm satisfied because I know that I've had everything in my power. Look at this. You know? And I'm showing this live in front of you, that these decisions are made based off logical reasons. You know? Ooh, you might have survived by the pip today, but other days maybe you don't. Wow, check that out. That's pretty cool. But spreads, I mean, spreads stopped me out earlier than my entry. So if you get really unlucky today, you get stopped out there. That would be pretty painful if it ends up playing out after being stopped out, but we'll see what happens. DAX news in about 35 seconds. Maybe it finally gets out this range. It shows you how much traders are just not touching it. Waiting. Only for free users? Maybe, yeah. I'm paid. As I said, Tradingview and I special partnership. I have direct feed from Tradingview because we use them from Pip Labs. So they give me a full VIP service. Look at this. News, no power, bro. No power in news. I want to see some numbers, man. What's the numbers? Manufacturing. Pending. It's too slow, man. Refresh. 46. Damn, service is not doing well, but manufacturing did better. The Germans are still thinking. Mirko, you need to speed up, brother. Oh, 48. He came in clutch. That's why he took some time for some thinking. Man came in clutch. So manufacturing is doing better. Oh, but your services are not doing better. It looks like OnlyFans is not working well for him. But his manufacturing is working. But his OnlyFans has gone down. So he sacrificed that for something else. Unlucky. How's GJ doing? GJ retraced this move down we had. No continuation. Even if we got a close, we would have been out break even. Because imagine we close somewhere here. Stop loss is 19 pips. It only managed to push 12 pips. So today looks like no matter what we took is a break even day. So what you can take now on GJ is a setup 2. If you can get a 15-minute setup 2, it can work here. If not, you will be looking for a bearish candle to close inside the range. Because if it closes outside the range, it's a setup 2. And then a bullish candle above resistance for buys. For buys, that would be the plan there. Let's see how gold is doing. Would you have still survived gold? Absolutely not. Completely thrashed. So this is why I moved break even. I hope you guys understand. We are tracking our BEs, but I already know the answer of that. But just to have it, I'm spelling correct wrong. I don't know what I'm spelling here. I can see it looks wrong. Don't know what's happened to my spelling. Brain not working. Dyslexia kicking back in. Damn, bro. Forget how to spell correct. No, that looks even more. It's double R. That's the problem. There we go. That looks correct. Say, man, I thought I was going crazy. Shit, man. Ain't looking good, bruv. You good? Sometimes. Sometimes. But yeah, nasty. Stop you out. And then you really beat yourself up. Like on a day like today, if I get stopped out on a day like today, I really beat myself up. It's a stupid way to get stopped out, I feel. You know, you take an aggressive trade and you marry that aggressive trade. And it's all there. All the signs were there. It's not like the market didn't tell you. It reached target. It had a big push already. We had a chance, right? And you can see it did give us a chance, but we just didn't have enough volume to continue. And there's days, I think you guys have seen those days where price just keeps pushing. Keeps pushing and keeps pushing. Now, on those days, this would have been a banger position, man. You find yourself back at this low. Happy days, man. Perfect trade back at this low. You find yourself here 140 pips in profit, and we only had a 40 pip stop loss. It even becomes better than the first position that was taken. You know, and then you're really cooking. 15-minute setup too can make sense as well. GJ is now just absolutely going a bit crazy. Bro, that 1 minute reason you gave while moving B, can you explain a bit more in detail? This thing I need to explain to you in a one-to-one setting. So if you're part of the exclusive group, I'm happy to do that stuff, but there are limits and I have to be respectful to that. Have you seen the Saudi GP? I didn't go to Saudi for that. No, I would have told you guys. But no, I didn't get to see it. McLaren doing well this year, huh? Oscar came first, right? Verstappen second. They're doing well this year, McLaren. They're doing well. Still insane to me how good Verstappen is with the trash car. What's wrong with Red Bull's car this year? It was nice to see Max lose one. Verstappen, my guy. Yeah, Verstappen is actually from Netherlands. Who has the fastest car this year? McLaren? McLaren has the fastest car this year. What makes them have the fastest car is what I'm interested in. I think Lewis Hamilton is not enjoying the Ferrari car. That's for sure. Low tire degree? What, I can't get the tires up to temperature? We'll see. Oh, degradation. Okay. Yeah. That will do it. Have to keep pitting. It's not gonna help. McLarens are good in high degree tracks. Their cockpit being not full of water is probably a reason for McLaren. What was the temperature that day, man? In Saudi. Let's have a look. I'm interested to see what they were running, man. That's hot, man. They ran it at night, huh? They ran it at night on the 20th of April. Man, I don't want forecast, I want precast. Why can't I see temperature? Average was 29. Shit, what have I opened here? They looked all so tired after Saudi GP single to Singapore. Singapore humidity is the problem. Morning, Harry. Late today. What did I miss? Took some gold sells. That's about it. That's all we've taken so far. 29 at night. Yes. Yes, yes. Quite hot? It is, it is. It's nowhere close to summer though. Normal weather in Singapore is 30%, 85% humidity. In August, July. In July, like late June, July, we get 100% humidity here, and at the daytime 48, 50. That's hot. At night we have 100% humidity, but we have AC everywhere, so you don't feel it when you're inside the house. I mean, look, I know it sounds strange to my guys in Europe, but literally, if I need to go somewhere that's maybe 1 kilometer away, we will drive. Literally, man. You could walk there in 5 minutes, but we will drive. That's how it works here, man. Literally, 1 kilometer, I promise. 1 kilometer, we will drive. We take the bike in Netherlands? Yes. One kilometer is long distance with that heat. Yeah, with that heat is the reason why. It's called lazy. It's not lazy. You don't want to what? You want to go 1 kilometer to the shop and have to come home and then take a full shower because you're full of sweat. Full. I love Netherlands. Such a nice bunch of people. I should talk to Sil, man. He'd be your friend. Oil cars make the heat even worse. Think about that. I knew Mirko has to have a comment on that. So you make your steps at the gym. I do my steps around the house. And by the way, you know, a Tesla will make it hot as well from the heat coming from the battery, just so you know. Yeah, steps I do walking around. I'm active in the house, man. I also walk outside. I walk outside for like 10 minutes. Today I already have 3,000 steps so far. We'll finish about 8,000 steps because I'm bulking. Anyways, nothing's happening on the charts, guys. I'm going to call it. Great shot here on gold. Gold is reversing for now. Setup 2 will make sense for gold. And I'm happy with the management, man. If I didn't manage that way, it would have been a loss. So you really can't be upset at that. You have to see that as a massive win. And we have more bullets for later. So we'll see what ends up happening. GJ at the moment also looking not the best. Just kind of ranging. This candle's too big to do anything with. And yeah, let's catch up from tomorrow, guys. And let's see what New York brings for today and take it from there. So appreciate you all. Take care and speak to you guys hopefully very, very soon. All right. Peace. Cheers. Cheers.